One of the things that I'm noticing a lot is that um, there's a pattern for men in particular in our society. I know this is not news, but I'm noticing it a lot right now, where men are taught to suppress their emotions, or taught that only a very, very select few emotions are allowed to. Those are the only ones that are allowed, that are reasonable. Um, and I just want to acknowledge the limitations that that creates for you, for men, in all areas of your life, like the limits that that creates in your work when you don't feel free to have, you don't feel allowed to have a wide variety of emotions. Because then when you do have them, because you can't actually stop having them, you have to like choose something else. You got to either stuff it down, you got to make it feel like one that's allowed, you got to do something to deal with it. And that's hard. And then the consequences that that has in all of your interpersonal relationships, when you don't feel like you can legitimately bring the whole self into your relationships, right? Only a very tiny fraction of who you are is allowed to be expressed. Anyway, I'm seeing that a lot. And I just wanted to acknowledge it here with you and say, like, that's not true. It's not true that like sad is not allowed. It's not true that joyful or playful or excited is not allowed. It's not true that um, nervousness or anxiety or fear is not allowed. Those are all really normal parts of the human experience. Every human has them. And the better we get at noticing them, being able to name them, find where they live in our bodies, and then express them in healthy ways. Like the better we get at knowing what they are and saying what they are and naming them, the more options that we have, the more control we have over how we handle them. Because if you're not allowed to name them, then when they come up, you're forced to shut them down. It's the only option available to you. What if there are more options? What if there are more things you can do? More healthy ways to handle feelings. So, if this resonates with you, if that's something that you want to talk about, of course, please drop me a line, give me a call. But I just want to put it out there, um, especially for men, that's limiting for you. You are cutting off a lot of options for how you could move forward in your life if you've been taught that some feelings aren't allowed. Let's talk about that. See if we can make space for some broader things.